Hello students, welcome to Simplest Biology Hub. Today we get to know about the plastids. It is the topic of Cell, the Unit of Life, class 11th. Plastids are the color pigment. These are generally found in plants but absent in animal cell. And in case of plant, in zoospore, that is the gamete stage of the plant, in that gamete stage these are also absent. But rather than the plants, they are also present in some algae or the examples of protista group that we call, they are present in some protist. Now we talk about the discovery. Who discovered the plastid first? And it is firstly discovered by E. Hackley in 1865. Now we know about the size. The size of the plastid, it is bigger than other cell organelles while it is smaller than nucleus. Means it is one of the most bigger cell organelles. Now we talk about the types of the plastid. Mainly plastids are divided into three types depending on the what type of the pigment present in it, their location and their function. The first type is chromoplast, the second one chloroplast, and the third one leucoplast. Now chromoplast again divided into number of types depending on the what type of the pigment present in it, but in your syllabus two types are mainly explained here. The first is pheoplast. It contains the brown color pigment and the name of the pigment is fucoxanthin. And the most common examples of the pheoplast is diatoms. And the second one is rhodoplast. It contains the red color pigment and phycoerythrin pigment are present in rhodoplast. These are the most common example of chromoplast. Generally, chromoplasts are found in flowers and fruits of the plant and some different colors leaf rather than the green color. They may be they may be red, yellow or brown color leaves are found, and in that leaves the chromoplast is present. The second is the chloroplast. It is called green plastid and it is mostly found in all type of the green plants which undergo in photosynthesis. It again divided into number of types depending upon the pigment present in that plastid. The first chlorophyll, it categorized into A, B, C, D and E. Bacteriochlorophyll, it is generally present in purple sulfur bacteria, and carotenoids, it is present in chlorophyll A and B is generally found in all type of the green plants, and that's why we called it the photosynthetic pigment. Now the leucoplast, it is the third type of the plastid and it divided into three main types depending on the what type of the material stored in it, because it is called storage plastid. First is amyloplast. Here we write down it is the storing plastid because it store the food material in it. Amyloplast store the starch or carbohydrates. Then second one elaioplast, it stores the oil and fat inside the cell of it. And the third one is aleuroplast and it stores the protein molecules inside the plastids. These are the three main categories of the leucoplast. In this way we categorize the plastid in number of types. Now we talk about the chloroplast. It is called green pigment because it is the very common pigment in all green plants, and it contains the chlorophyll pigment which have a responsible to the process of photosynthesis. The chloroplast term is firstly described by Anton van Leeuwenhoek. It is given the functioning of the chloroplast in the plastid and the importance of the chloroplast. It also explains the structure and numbers and all these things related to chloroplast. Now we see the number of the chloroplasts per cell. It is variable in cell to cell. Each type of the plant contains different number of the chloroplast in one cell. Some examples are this one chloroplast present in Chlamydomonas. It is the unicellular algae and it contains only one chloroplast. 1 to 16 per cell in Spirogyra. It is also one of the type of algae, and 20 to 40 present in higher plants like a gymnosperm, angiosperm and pteridophytes. Now shape of the chloroplast. It is also variable in different cell or cell to cell we say. Again we see the examples of them. It is curve shape structure in Chlamydomonas. Similar example, Chlamydomonas is the unicellular algae and it contains the curve shape. Here I draw the structure of the chloroplast, curve shape structure of Chlamydomonas. Then it is girdle shaped in Eulothrix. It is also one of the algae, and in that algae the shape of the chloroplast is girdle like, is the halfly C shaped, and it is moved inward and shows the girdle like structure. Then it is ribbon shaped, flattened, long thread like ribbon like in Spirogyra, and it is present in Spirogyra in twisted form. This ribbon is in twisted form like that pattern. And it is oval and discoid shape in higher plants like angiosperm, gymnosperm. In most of the higher plants it is discoidal and oval shaped. Now we see the chemical compositions of the algae. From what type of the material it is made up? Generally it is made up of some lipids, proteins, carotenoids, some molecules or a small quantity of DNA, RNA, certain enzymes, some coenzymes. Coenzymes are the enzymes which are help to the process of enzymes or functions of the enzymes. It also contains some metallic ions like iron, copper, manganese, zinc, magnesium and phosphorus. These are some metallic ion also present in the chloroplast structure. Now we see the structure of the typical structure of the chloroplast which is found in higher plants. In higher plants it is found in oval and discoidal shape structure. Here we draw the structure of the chloroplast. It is generally green in color and it is the double membranous structure like a mitochondria. Mitochondria is also double membranous structure. The outer membrane and it is the inner membrane, and both membrane we collectively called as a limiting membrane. That is the matrix region of the chloroplast, and that matrix we called the stroma. It is rich in number of the enzymes, and so many ions are also present in the matrix region. Then a stack like structure is present, and these are arranged on one another in a bundle form all over the matrix region of the chloroplast, and that stack like structure is combined with each other by a thread like pattern. That whole stack pattern we called granum, and single part we called the thylakoid body or thylakoid membrane, the single stack of them. And the number of the stack is near about 10 to 100. Actually I am drawing here only 3, but they are very numerous in number in one stack. These rounded form some ribosome is present, and ribosome is present here in 70S type of the ribosomes. These stacks are combined with each other by a thread like structure that we call stroma lamellae, where circular DNA is present. It contains the DNA and ribosome, its own DNA and ribosome. That's why it is also called the autonomous structure, because it is helpful to the formation of protein synthesis. The matrix region contain Mg2 plus ion, Mn2 plus ion, Fe2 plus ion, which are activate the so many enzymes. These we call the activators of the enzymes. And one of the most important protein is present in the matrix region of the chloroplast or stroma region of the chloroplast, that we call rubisco ribulose biphosphate carboxylase enzyme, and it is most abundant protein in the world. It is mostly found protein in the world. Most of the time question is arises from that point, which enzyme is the most abundantly found in the world, and that is the rubisco in plant cell and in chloroplast generally. Now here we see the small structure of the thylakoid membrane. Here the two stacks we are arranged in that pattern, and this is also double membranous structure, and that part we call the non-appraised part because it is in contact with the stroma, and appraised part is in contact with the other thylakoid membrane. In appraised part, PS2 takes place, that we call photosystem 2, and in the non-appraised part, PS1 takes place, that we call photosystem 1, that is the dark reaction and light reaction. And these photosystem 1 and 2 is responsible for the process of these are the types of the photosynthesis. And chlorophyll, the red color structure present inside the membrane, that we called chlorophyll, and it is found in the form of contosome. And these chlorophyll catch the pigment, or that we call the catch the photons come from the sunlight. And that membrane is also contain the coupling factors, which are responsible for the fixation of CO2 in photosynthesis reaction. This is the structure of chloroplast. Now we talk about the functions of the chloroplast and plastid. Functions of the plastid. The main and very important function of the plastid, that is it provide the color to the every part of the plant. The green color provided by chloroplast, and the flowers and fruit color is given by the chromoplast. And the another second main function of the chloroplast here we talk, that is the photosynthesis. We know that the photosynthesis is only takes place inside the leaves because it contains the chlorophyll. It contains many enzymes which are required for the running of light and dark reaction, and these both reactions of photosynthesis, and for the fixation of carbon dioxide for the release of oxygen, Some enzymes are essential to running these cycles, and these enzymes are present in the stroma region of the chloroplast. Chloroplast codes for the certain structural proteins of thylakoid membrane. These structural protein made up the membrane of thylakoid, which contain the chlorophyll and the coupling factors which help in the photosynthesis. Then chromoplast gives color to the flowers and fruits. Rather than flowers and fruits, some colored leaves are also present in some plants, and that colored is also due to the presence of chromoplast in that leaves. The next one, leucoplast help for storage of food in various parts of the plants. We already see the three types of the leucoplast, which store the carbohydrate, which store the protein and oil and fat molecules, and these are due to the leucoplast that we call the storing plastid. This is about the plastid, their structure, shape, size and all. I hope you understand it. If you want to notes, then check the description box. Thank you.